Hi everyone, it's Cheryl and we are back for try number 2 on this. I'm having trouble with my camera. Everything looks okay, like I'm looking up in the viewfinder, everything's looking great, and then I don't know, I go to edit the video and stuff and then it's either really pixelated or it's slightly pixelated, and I'm trying different settings, see what works. Hopefully this time it's going to go. I don't know if it's my computer that I'm using because it's a newer computer. My brother, his seems to edit pretty much everything just fine. So anyway, let's get on with this and we'll try again. Excuse my craft mat. I need to clean it off. I was painting. Anyway, so this is take 2, as I said. And I have already done this once. Now let me explain what I'm doing. I watched a video this morning by the Paper Outpost, and she was embossing on fabric, and she was using, I believe, cottons mostly, and they turned out beautiful. She did it on print fabric, she did it on plain fabric, and the print fabric is cool, but the embossing kind of gets lost in the print, but it looks neat. And then the plain fabric is absolutely amazing. I mean, it comes out looking so nice. So me, being me, I can't just say, oh, that's cool. I gotta say, what else can we do? That's just how I am. So I decided to try on some different types of fabric. And I had a fail this morning, and it's too bad that video, it came out slightly pixelated, just enough so that it was kind of annoying to watch. So we'll try for round 2. I'm using natural light, and then I've got a lamp that's staring me right in the face because I don't have a shade on it. We'll see what happens. This was the fail. My thought was to try it on velvet-like fabrics. You see that craft paper that, or, the paper they have in the, like at Hobby Lobby and stuff, the specialty papers. So I was like, let's try velvet. Let's do that. So this was the one on velvet, and now this one has quite a plush. It's a newer velvet. It's got, like, I believe some sort of acetate backing. And it is very plush, and I did not get the results I wanted out of that one. It surprised me because the smaller, finer flourishes came out better than, where am I getting that shade from? Must be from the window? I don't know. Or is it me? I don't know, but it came out better than the butterfly. I thought the butterfly would come out the best, and instead it was a smaller. And when you rub this, due to the way the plush is on the velvet, I don't know if that would last. I can't tell. Now I did this one on some ultra suede. Let's see if I can get it up there so you can see it. I really don't know where that shadow's coming from. Yeah, see, if I put it all the way up to the camera, then I've got too much shadow. So I'm hoping you can see that. Let me zoom. Maybe if I just zoom the camera. Whoops, that wasn't the wrong way. Maybe if I just zoom the camera in further. And now it doesn't look like it wants to focus. Okay. But anyway, this is on an ultra suede, and it turned out really well. And I have been sitting here with my thumb several times today. I've come in while I was waiting for the camera to charge back up, and I have pushed down on this embossing and stuff, and it's not going away. So that's a good thing for that one. And this is a velveteen. Now this is a vintage velveteen. It's very nice to work with, and look at that. Look at it. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And I can see these as pockets, tuck spots, a cover, parts of a cover for a journal, Christmas card. Look at that. And I too, on this one, also have been pushing down on it, and I am not removing the embossing from the pressure of my finger, and I am pressing hard, and it's still there. It's still raised up. It's given a little, but that's because I'm just, on these it was just for fun, and I did it on Recollections cardstock, and that's the very thin stuff. So I think if you had something a little better than that, the Paper Outpost, she was using file folders, which would work well. I am going to do it on just a bunch of the backs of some old greeting cards that I hacked up, and this is probably about the same. I don't know if it's even as good as a Recollections cardstock. Maybe not. Maybe I better get out some more cardstock. Anyway, what I think is, and this is just my thoughts on the thing from doing this, and I'm just using scraps of material because, let's face it, even when you buy remnants, this material is expensive, and this was just for, trying. So, okay, this is I don't know where I got this, but it's a much better grade of cardstock. Even feels a little heavier than a file folder, so we'll see what happens when we do something with this. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit, just a bit, so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to try my hardest to stay on camera. Tilt my screen up a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so basically what I've got here is this is a thicker ultra suede type fabric. Love this green. This is an extremely thin ultra suede fabric in the blue, which is a very pretty color also. This is some more velveteen. It's kind of a plum color, but you can't really see it in the camera. It looks brown. And then I thought, let's just do something for kicks. This is like a crepe back satin, just in white. And this is a taffeta that changes colors. It's got a gold and a blue in it. So I couldn't leave well enough alone. I had to try this. So let's get to it. I am using tacky glue. I have fabric glue. It's all clogged up. The main thing to remember with your fabrics is, now she used her fingers, she used a fabric glue, and she spread it out thin with her fingers. The thicker your backing, like on the velveteens, at least the thick ultra suede, you don't need to worry about what kind of glue you use, because chances are it's not going to come through the back. If you get glue on your finger, you get it on the fabric, it's going to show, but it's probably not going to come through the backing. I am not sure about something like this taffeta, and I believe it's an acetate because it's newer. It's some sort of crazy new material. But yeah, the things to watch out for basically are your glue. Don't get it on the front of your fabric, and don't let it seep through. So what I'm going to do is take my trusty tacky glue, this is what I used before, and I am going to just lay out a spot. And I am not going to worry about the lines of glue or anything, because the first thing I'm going to be putting down is, and I'm going to cut this off a little bit, just chop it, a piece of the ultra suede. Like I said, this is just kind of for fun. It's just a little sampler, so I'm not so picky about the size of what I'm doing, or whether it's cut straight, because we're just having fun right now. And I think I'll just chop this off. These scissors are terrible. I bought them as another pair of sewing scissors, and they are not good. I like the pink, I'll confess, but I don't like the scissors. There's a couple spots they just don't want to cut. So yeah, we're just gonna do this in, we're just gonna lay down some glue. I just need the glue to cooperate. It's to the point where it takes a little while to get it up out of the bottle, but if I lay it on its side, it oozes out of the bottle. So, sorry, I'm just kind of dotting the glue on. Now I know this glue is not going to come through this fabric, so I'm not worried about that. Make sure I get the right side down. That'd be a good thing, huh? I'm just going to kind of line it up with the edge, and then I'll cut these apart when I'm done. And I don't have any glue out here, so that's not going to be a good deal. Alright, so I have a thicker ultra suede, a thinner ultra suede. I'm trying not to get that glue on my fingers. It will stain the ultra suede, it'll make a dark spot on it. As I'm assuming it will on any fabric. Okay, let's cut this one down, because this is my velveteen. And it's got quite a plush on it. And it's like the red one I showed you. Ah, come on. I should never have set it up. So I hope everyone's doing okay. They're predicting a possible winter storm for us. Now I hate this, because the closer we get to storms and stuff around here, the more vague they get. This being the state of South Dakota, if we get snow and even the tiniest bit of wind, they won't plow. I have to go to work. And due to the fact I had a relief staff, or well, she was a part-time staff, she's gone to relief staff, and they only require them to work 20 hours a week. So she's not working this weekend, which was her usual one of her usual days to work was the weekend, every other weekend like me, and she worked the morning shift. Well, now I have to be up at 4:45 so I can get some time to wake up and be to work by 6:30, which I am not looking forward to. Since I have been at the group home I'm at, I have only worked one other morning shift. So I am not looking forward to it at all. Now this is a crepe back satin. Satin is not one of my favorite materials for anything, so we'll see what the embossing folder does to it. I'm pretty confident the glue isn't really going to come through on this either, but I'm going to be a little more careful when I lay it down because it is a thinner material and it is white. So we're not going to lay down quite as heavy of a layer of glue as we did, but again, once again, I'm not going to smooth it out with my finger either. I'm just going to let it go and see what happens. Because this is all about seeing what we can emboss on. And like I said, her videos, Paper Outpost, she's awesome. And I just got some glue on my finger. But I'm not seeing the glue come through the fabric either. See, I'm not seeing that come through there. So you want to get it laid down flat. You don't want any wrinkles in it because that'll mess up your embossing. And your embossing, whatever you're using to do the embossing, your machine may not like it. I'm just going to trim that off a bit more. And I'm just going to put it right here. And I know I'm probably wasting cardstock here. And this is a very good quality cardstock. However, if we don't experiment, we don't know. And we don't play, we don't have fun. So this is just kind of, yeah, I'm experimenting, I'm playing and having fun. Now this one, it's going to come through on. Actually, I think that's just where I got my fingers, so I'm not sure. But this is what I'm talking about. Do you see those little spots there? Yeah. That is where either the glue is coming through, so this one won't be it won't be as nice looking. The glue is definitely coming through that one, so you have to figure out something else for that. Okay, and now I'm just going to cut these pieces apart so I can stick them in an embossing folder. I'm going to be using folders with relatively small designs on them so that you'll be able to see enough of the embossing, but I don't have to use huge pieces of fabric. Alright, let's cut right beside that one. Like I said, this is just trial and error. But you know, we learn by our failures, and no one's perfect, so therefore, it's always good to practice. And I honestly expected failure with every one of them I did this morning, so I was pleasantly surprised when I had such success with the two. I didn't know how this was going to work out. So, yeah, I have to, like I said, go to work this weekend. I'm having surgery on my eye on the 27th, which I'm also not looking forward to. Because I mostly had to find my own coverage at work. I wasn't supposed to, but we're having a staffing shortage, so I had to find my own coverage. I'm not looking forward to paying for this because the company I work for has Walmart, and their deductible is outrageous. 5 years ago when I started, the deductible was $2,500 for the plan I chose. Sorry about the blurry there, my camera is struggling, I guess. And then last year it jumped up to $4,500, and I was going to have it done last year, but we had a staffing shortage. Seems to be a yearly pattern. So anyway, now it's $6,700. I don't have much built up on my deductible, and my surgery is going to be about $6,600, so I'm going to be paying pretty much the whole thing out of pocket. Now, there's got to be better insurance out there somewhere. My thoughts. And no, I am not a happy person because I am not sure how I'm going to do this. I mean, I have great credit, you know, and that, but I'm just not sure how I'm going to do this yet. Sure as heck wasn't what I needed. Alright, so I'm going to move my Cuttlebug into the frame, and I'm going to back out a ways so you don't see my horribly messy craft room. Now earlier, on the Cuttlebugs, for those of you who are not familiar with them, when you pull the sides down, if you pull them down at the same time, it's supposed to suction to your table. This one didn't earlier, and I'm probably going to be standing up when I run it through. So we'll try it, but I have a craft mat on here. Right now it's sticking, but doesn't mean it's gonna. So we'll see what's going on. Let me tilt this, just a bit right there. I am standing up because I think that's going to work better, and I'm going to start grabbing my fabrics that I have on the cardstock. Now I've got 3 different embossing folders that I'm going to use. This one is a very busy one, and we're going to try that one. Oh, there's a piece of paper in there. And I think we're going to try that one with the plum colored velveteen first. And I am just going to be placing it in here just right in the middle because there's a lot of pattern right there. Now, from what I came up with earlier, I need the A plate. Now this comes with an A, 2 B's, and a C for the plates that you use. And my plates are just, they're horrible. I need new ones, but that won't be happening for a while. What I came up with earlier was I needed the A plate, one of the B plates on top of that, then the embossing folder with my fabric, and one more of the B plates on top. And I got it backwards from what I usually use it, so now we are no longer in my frame. There we go. I am no longer stuck down to the mat, so standing up will be good. Get my handle out, get ready to go. And a lot of this, they tell you when you're using certain types of paper and stuff, that they have their recommendations. But when you're doing something like this where you have fabric that's bulkier, you kind of have to adjust and try to figure it out. Sometimes you end up folding cardstock, sometimes you put a little thin cardboard in there, it just depends. But this worked earlier, so we're doing it this way. And I am feeling some resistance on there. And it's through, and now I'm going to back it up and go back through. Just to get that embossing in there good. And I'm sorry that the Cuttlebug is moving. I wasn't quite ready to come out. Okay, so we're going to take it out of the embossing folder, and I'm going to show you. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Look at the detail. And if I flip it over, there it is there. Look at the detail on that. And it feels so cool. It feels like flocking. And because what it's pressing down the fabric, but yet when it raises it up to emboss it, then it kind of feels like flocking when you run your hand over it. But yeah, what a cool way to make your own specialty paper, right? So let's try some more because I'm having just too much fun with this. Let me get out my other. Oh, I have a snowflake one I got out, I guess. I have some flourishes. This one has leaves with it. It's a pretty pattern. Let's run this piece of taffeta through now. It's very thin, the taffeta, so it doesn't take up a lot of. And we're going to run it. I'm going to try the A and 2Bs again on this, even though it's thinner. I think it will work just fine. So let's load it into the machine. Crank it through. Bring it back. I am so sorry about the movement on here. I'm going to... Oops, we're not all the way up. There we go. We are now. I guess we weren't. I'm going to try once again to stick this down. Yep, there we go. Okay. I never should have moved it. Let's see what happens with the taffeta. Beautiful print on the back. Let's try the front. Ooh, look at that. Now that is pretty. Just figure out a way to keep the glue spots from coming through. That is pretty. I'm getting a glare here. I'm seeing a glare. I don't know if you guys are, but I'm seeing a glare. So that worked out really cool. I like that. Let's go with, let's see what we can try next. This is really fun too, guys. It's a lot of fun. I mean, doesn't it make beautiful card fronts? Because it's so thin. Beautiful card fronts. It would make beautiful, like I said, you could do pockets, you could do whatever. And I'm putting these on so that whatever name is on the embossing folder, like this is a Doris, I'm putting that on so that's up. That means my embossing will be so that this side sticks up. And there's a bunch of videos on there explaining the whole thing about embossing and all that, so I'm not going to go into it here, how it works. Alright, let's put this through. Let's crank that one in. And this is the thicker Ultra Suede, which should work really, really, really well. Okay, got it out that time. Let's see how that worked out. There you go. You be the judge. I think it turned out just beautiful. That green is so pretty. And then, of course, there's the back. And as you can see, it picked up all the details, little dots and everything. So, yeah, that works. All right, let's try the crepe back satin. And I have it satin side up. Whoops, I need a folder. We're not going to go very far without a folder. And the obvious would be to do the snowflakes on it, but I want a more intricate pattern. So I'm going to go back to the first one I used, which I absolutely love. Put it on here. I want it to catch that big flower. Stick it back on my plates. I should probably do that in front of you. And I have the embossing folder there. And, oh, I need a B plate. And we're just going to run it through. Try not to move too much. Yeah, it's great if your suction thing will stay stuck, but okay, so now I've got the embossing folder. Let's open that up. Oh my. Oh, how pretty. Oh my god, look at this. Wouldn't that be cool on wedding invites? Beautiful white satin. Oh, look at that. I am in love. Woo, that worked. Yeah, the white satin is just, oh, amazing. That would be so beautiful on wedding invitations and stuff, guys. Alright, so now for the final one is going to be my lighter weight. Did I do two of those? No, the other one was, yeah, okay. Never mind. Where is... I'll just use the one with the flourish in the leaves that I used a little bit ago. So, got the Doris at the top. Can I get it open? There we go. That is going in. Right. Let's go up here. So I used that other part mainly before, so we'll put it right up at the top. Plate's up here. It goes onto the plate. Oh, now my day. Top plate goes over the top. Let's crank it through. And let's bring it back. And let's see what happened. And I'm expecting success with this one, although it is a much thinner Ultra Suede. Didn't want to come out of the embossing folder. There you go. And I'm sorry if there's any glare. What do you think? I'm in love with it. And right now I can feel that it's wet. It's still damp, the glue and stuff. But as it dries, you should be able to just take your hand and run it over the top. And it should stay. It should stay just like it is because the glue is firming up the fabric, and then you have the paper, which the glue is also firming up, and it's being pressed up into the fabric. So I think, yeah, so let's put this away, or put it to the side. And let's go through it. Now, let's zoom back in a little bit. Okay, so let's go through what we have here. I don't have my previous ones, and I was going to include them just one more time, but I have no idea where they went. Probably under all of my embossing folders, maybe, maybe not. Huh, okay, well, they're not here. They left. Okay, so let's go through what we did then. This was on the very thin Ultra Suede. Turned out beautiful. This one was a big surprise, just an absolute surprise. The crepe back satin. Absolutely gorgeous, shiny, beautiful, nicely embossed. Oh, I don't know what to say. This really worked out well. It worked out so much better than the first time around. And I mean, This makes me just want to get more of my materials out, like silk, and oh my gosh, all of it silk would be beautiful. There's the one on the green, the thicker ultra suede. Now this one was the one that might have turned out really cool on the taffeta had it not been for the fact the glue came through. That's not good. Other than that, it worked fine. You're just not getting as, and it's crazy because it's a much thinner material, but the embossing just isn't sticking up like it did on the other. So I'd kind of call that one a fail. And then of course, the plum velveteen. These are gorgeous. They are so much more gorgeous than I'm probably pretty sure you'll be able to see in the camera. But, oh, yes. And we know that the more plushy velvet, okay, here's the other ones. Once again, the rust-colored ultra suede. We know that the very plushy velvet does not work very well. I want to experiment with that because I love velvet. I've always loved it. But the velveteen, we know it works. And we know that even if you push down on the embossing, it's not going away. So yeah, that's what we've learned today. Trial and error, success and failure. And as you can see, I just pulled this one out. As you can see, the glue is seeping through more and more. That's what this dark, bright blue, what's what it looks like in the camera to me. That's what that is. No, wait, that's the bottom, but right above it there are little dark spots, and it's the glue, and it is not going to come out of the fabric. So, yeah, we're going to put all these little buggers down here. Like so. You're not going to be able to see all of them. Not all of each one. And I'm going to zoom in just a little more. I guess there's no point in that. But yeah, so success, and I will do my best to link the Paper Outpost channel for those of you not familiar. Please go check it out. She's an awesome lady with awesome stuff. She does some really cool things. I just honestly just discovered her not that long ago, and she's really cool. But there you are. There you have it. Plain, simple, and extremely awesome. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you all have a great weekend. We're supposed to have a winter storm, which means I could get snowed in at work, which just isn't an option in my life. I've done it before. It's not pleasant. But anyway, I hope you all have a good weekend. Thank you very much for joining me. If you like what you see, please hit like and, well, hit subscribe. I don't know if I have the likes turned on or not. Thank you all so much. Bye-bye.